Say, hey guys, it's Klaus. It's time for some map tactics, and let's talk about Lakeville. Okay, so Lakeville. Look, the map with the big freaking lake in the middle. Yeah, that's why it's called Lakeville. All right, there are 4 places you can fight on this map, and Klaus will go through all 4 and try and give some details. So first, if you're in a heavy tank that needs cover and has long reload and you want to side scrape along buildings, there's the east part here in the city. The 890 line, that's one spot you can fight. If you're in a fast tank, medium or light tank with good camo maybe, and fast, there's the Lake Road that you can fight. If you're in a tank with pretty good gun depression and good terrain resistance, maybe the valley here is where you want to fight. And if you're a useless, pathetic, stupid that doesn't have any clue what to do and no desire to learn, then you can just camp back here or back here. So those are the 4 places. Now let's go through them one at a time. Okay, so the valley first. We'll start on the west here. The 1-2 line, the valley. This whole area has terrible terrain, very bad terrain resistance for all tanks. You're very slow moving here. There's a high point in the middle. So when you fight here, people from the north come down the valley here, and people from the south come up the valley, and they spot each other when they get to the middle and try and poke over here and shoot at each other. But it's a very linear, head-on fight with no support from the rest of the map. Okay? One thing, if you see 3 artillery in the game, and you go valley here, usually artillery sits either back here or back here, and as soon as someone pokes the middle and spots the valley, you're just clear shots for artillery down this valley. So the valley is usually an isolated fight on its own. Usually the tanks with the best gun depression, the best armor, or if the team that sends the most tanks to the valley will win. And from the south, you can push all the way to the enemy base here, or from the north, you can push all the way to the edge of the enemy base. But once you get here, there's usually campers here and here that can defend and make it difficult for you. Or if you come from the south and push to here, there's usually players here and here that can defend. So anyways, the valley is an isolated fight. Now, let's move to the Lake Road. The Lake Road is one of the most important parts of this map. And, you know, if you're in a big, slow, hippo heavy tank, then forget the Lake Road. But if you're in a fast, medium or light tank with good camo, you can zip up to this Lake Road, and there's rocks and bushes. There's a rock here and bushes along this Lake Road that, say, from the south, you can get all the way up to here or here and have cover from the rocks and poke from the rocks or sit in bushes and spot everybody who drives across here to get to the city, or who sits in the open here like a pathetic, useless, stupid, right? Or from the north, you can come down the Lake Road here and you can get to these spots and you can spot across the lake and, you know, spot the useless stupids that just sit in the open here. Or from the Lake Road, you can also look at the way this city is. There are openings. So there's a line of fire here. You see this one here? There's a line of fire there. Yeah, got it? So from this spot, you can shoot through that gap here. From this spot, you can shoot through that gap here. Okay? See, so when you're fighting in the city and you're in your heavy tank and you move across that gap like this, watch, you move across the gap, boom, you get hit from the Lake Road, usually a freaking scorpion. So there's lanes of fire from the Lake Road into the city if you sit there. And also you can see how your team is doing, support the city from the Lake Road, and keep moving up if you're winning. Right, so that's the Lake Road. And the third place is the city here, and this is where lots of the heavy tanks go. And one point about the city is just getting to the city. Let's say you spawn in the south. If you just drive straight to the city here like this, shortest path. If the enemy sends a couple of medium tanks up here and they spot you, then all the campers that sit back here, well, they're not campers, support fire from you, can just shoot across and kill you while you drive to the city. So it's a good idea to take the long way and hug the south part of the map and come behind these rocks here where you have cover to get to the city. Then when you get to the city, you can choose the high road Or you can choose the low road and fight around this area. Remember that when you get into the city, if you stop, say, and push up and stop here, you are open to fire from the lake road. Same if you spawn from the north. If you just go directly, take this little road here, you will get spotted from the lake road and shot. So it's a good idea to take the long way. When you get to the city, you either fight the high ground or you move to lower ground here and you fight. And there's lots of buildings you can side scrape and get cover. But if you move up and stop in an opening here, there's direct lines of fire from the lake road. You can get hit. So look where you are in the city with relation to the lake road, because they can shoot you across the lake, right? And if you have a tank with very long reload, that's probably a good idea to go to the city. So maybe you're on this corner, you poke out, you take a shot, then you pull back, and you have cover here to reload. If you're on the lake road or in the open here and you take a shot and get spotted, you have nowhere to hide, right? So there's lots more cover in the city. So usually the team that wins the city has the big advantage, right? And that's because if you come up here and you win this city, once you've cleared out the city and you've won, let's say you start from the south, you come up here, you clear out the city, then you stop, like on every other map, you stop and check, well, what's happening in the game. If the enemy team has won the valley and they're at your base, and you want that's easy. You just go back and you get to positions here or even around these houses and up to here, and you can shoot and reset. If the enemy has not won the valley, maybe your team has pushed the valley and they're fighting some enemies here, and you've won the city, then you can keep going, and then you have them surrounded, right? Same from the north. If you win the city and you make it all the way down here, before you just drive blindly to the base, stop. If the enemy team is all camping at the base, do not drive blindly to the base. There's other options. You can wait for your team to push the valley or push the lake road, or you can go all the way around in the cover, get behind these rocks to shoot them. So if you're fighting in the city like this, you're having your big fight in the city, you shoot some enemies, you side scrape like a boss, you use your skill and you fight other big enemies, you angle your armor, you bounce shots, right, like a boss, and then you kill your opposition in the city. Well, then it's time to look at the minimap. Look, the enemies have won the valley. They're going to the base, right? So what do? You don't just blindly drive to their base. You come back. You can just move back towards the base, and if you're lucky, you can find a useless, pathetic British tank that's hull down, and you can just aim at it and do 717 damage through that excellent armored British turret. So once you win the city, look at the minimap and see what's happening and see which way to go. And the same with the lake road. Once you get halfway, look at the minimap. If your team is losing the city, you're going to get killed. You should retreat. If your team is winning the city, then you should move up to support. Okay? And while all this is going on, the valley is isolated on its own, having their own fight. And lastly, if you're just camping back here, now you'll get 1 or 2 shots in the game, maybe, and then get killed. Okay, so let's watch some gameplay. Okay, so Claus is driving the SU-12244, Russian Tier 7 Premium TD. And look at our team. Hopefully some go to the city, some go to the valley, and Claus is going to go to the lake road, not to spot, but there's always someone that moves up to spot. And look, this T-34, hopefully he moves up and spots the enemy, and maybe Claus can use his big Russian gun and take some shots at the beginning of this game. Now look at the minimap. Most of the team is going into the valley, almost the whole team, and some are going to the city. Now the T-34 has moved up on the lake road. Look at him up there, like a boss. Oh, and he spotted a tiger. And Claus is going to say, "Hello, tiger." Oh, the tiger got hit. So he's doing the most stupid thing you can do and say, oh, I got hit. Maybe I should stop and get hit again. And, got off. That's what happens because you have shots at the stupids that just move quickly there, right? You have to go the long way around the rocks. Now, there's probably some campers there. There's a big fight in the valley, if you're looking at the minimap. And Claus is going to stay on this lake road and provide some support fire. Now look at these lanes of fire. There's one. Bramitia, another shot for you. Now you're tracked, so, you know, well, sucks to be you. Got off. So from the lake road, there's lines of fire into the city. And if you sit in areas that are open, like there, you're going to get screwed, okay? So these campers back here are probably just waiting. There's not a lot of enemies in the city, it looks like, so there's probably lots of campers around their base. So you see the T-34 can move down now and spot all the campers. And Claus is going to move up and make him feel good, and maybe he will move up and spot some more. So our team is winning in the city, so it's probably a good idea to move up, right, on the lake road so that there's more shots. Our team is winning in the valley too. And so when you look at the minimap here, the enemies must be just all camped at their base, right? Because where the hell else are they? Okay, so look at these lanes of fire. Which one should Claus shoot? Maybe you. Got off. And if anyone else is stupid enough to drive into the same spot, maybe you? No, Claus missed the shot, did not want to hit his T-34 teammate. And is there any more shots here? No. Okay, so time to move up. Now, you can look at the minimap. Our team has won the lake road, and now the T-34 is in trouble, so Claus have to help him. Oh, he's dead. Sorry, buddy. But, you know, your death is avenged. So even though he died, he did spot the last guy here. Okay, now the rest of the enemy stupids are probably all just clustered around the base because they have no skill and no desire to learn. Claus is kidding. Maybe they do have desire to learn. Just watch this video and watch how you died camping at the base in your big, stupid Japanese stupid heavy. And then maybe next time you'll drive that tank into the city instead, where you could have done some good. Okay, so let's just keep moving in here. Now we've got them boxed in. There's just one straggler in the city and a couple of big tanks in the base, and Claus can shoot this one in the ass. Oh yeah, up the ass. And oh look, another one. It's 2-for-1 specials on Japanese stupid heavies on Lakeview today. And that's the game. Okay, so Claus win Ace Tanker, High Caliber, Tank Sniper, and Top Gun. Pretty good game. And let's look at team score. Oh look, Claus on top. 6 kills over 3,000 damage. But look at this T-34. Fat juice. And he went up that lake road to spot, and damage upon detection 1,000. All those shots Claus got on the Tiger. T-34, way to go. And sorry, Tiger, for ending your games so quickly. So thanks everybody for watching this map tactic video. If this was helpful for you, please like the video or subscribe to Claus's channel, and maybe share the video. Leave your comments, let Claus know if there's any other maps you want to see. Or whatever, just leave a freaking comment. I don't care. I'll read it. Claus reads all your comments and usually replies. Unless you're really, really rude, then Claus will not reply. Thank you all for watching.